Hey besties!
Hey.
Welcome back to another Tea Time episode. We're going to be discussing some books that we're reading, things that we want to read, all the things. So I'll go ahead and get us
Nice.
Get us kicked off.
It's been so long.
Okay.
Do it.
First, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this book before. I'm positive I mentioned this book before, but it's Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And I'm mentioning it because I reread it. I am a rereader, as you know, and this is worthy of being read multiple times.
Okay.
It's, so the subtitle is Creative Living Beyond Fear. So for those who aren't tracking, Elizabeth Gilbert is also the author of Eat, Pray, Love, which was a huge success. Julia Roberts did the movie, but it was based on her actual life. She divorced her husband, decided to travel, and did all these really cool things. So Eat, Pray, Love is based on personal experience. And in this book, Big Magic, she discusses how she had no idea that Eat, Pray, Love was going to do as well as it did. She didn't write that book because she thought it was going to be a bestseller. She had written multiple books before that. She said that she wrote this book because she needed to write it. She just needed to get it down on paper. And it just so happens that it happened to be this big, awesome thing. But she's like, I thank you all for the love that you've shown me, but I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. And she just talks about living a creative life and how living a creative life is basically following your curiosity instead of letting fear control you. And you don't have to be a Picasso. You don't have to be a Picasso to be a great painter. You don't have to, be this famous athlete if you just find joy in playing a sport. Just do things that make you happy. Stop focusing on basically trying to make your art, your craft, your thing that supports you. She said that whole struggling artist thing, we need to stop that.
Yeah.
How about you just do this thing because it makes you happy? How about you make jewelry because you like to wear the jewelry?
Right.
You don't have to, it doesn't have to be the thing that makes you quit your job and you're this big jewelry seller. No, just do things that make you happy. And
capitalize on all of your passions.
yeah, but still follow your passions because they bring you happiness, simply because you're passionate about it. And there's a part in here, I cannot tell you how often I think about this when I get an idea. She talks about her opinion of how ideas are born. And the way that she lays it out, it just makes so much sense. So she talks about how when you get an idea in your head, it keeps coming back to you. You think about it a lot. When you're doing this thing, it pops back to you. You might try to shoo it away and like, oh, but it keeps coming back. The idea is very persistent because in her words, an idea's main objective is to be manifest. That's all an idea wants. It just wants someone to take it and put it out into the world. So if you get an idea that just keeps coming to you, coming to you, coming to you, and you decide this isn't for me right now, and you don't move forward with that idea is going to go to someone else somewhere, and it's going to keep going from person to person until someone manifests it. And she's like, how many times in your life have you had an idea about something and then didn't pursue it, and then years down the line or months or whenever you see that someone else has done this idea and it's going amazingly and you kick yourself like, I had that idea. So and having personal experience of things like that, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, if you get an idea about something, just pursue it, do it, because you don't want to sit back and watch years later someone else having an idea that, was made for you originally. So,
And sometimes when you have an idea and like I think you mentioned in that book where she had an idea and somebody else ended up picking it up. And but she's like, in hindsight, she did it way better than I could have ever done it.
Right.
So, sometimes like all those things also happen for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ann Patchett, who she was like pen pals with, author friends with, which I thought was very cool. They're still kicking it old style, old school, like writing and mailing letters to each other. They had kind of been talking about what they're working on. It's like, oh, I'm writing this book about the Amazon jungle. It's like, interesting. Like I was writing a book about the Amazon. So basically they get together and they met each other somewhere at some event that they were both speaking at. And I think Liz had kissed Ann Patchett on the forehead or something like that. And after it they both compared notes. They were essentially writing the same book, like 2 different time frames, not exactly the same plot, but very similar to the point where this is not a genre. This is not a book that just anybody would write. And they discussed it and kind of concluded that they felt like when Liz kissed her, the idea passed to her, and then she made it her own. And again, she's like, in hindsight, I could have been mad. I could have said that was supposed to be my idea, but I decided to say, I'm glad that idea got manifest. And again, she did it way better than I did. So yeah, enough about that, but I highly recommend Big Magic. It's one of my favorite books.
I do think about that a lot, since you mentioned that book, like when ideas pop into my head. And there's so many times where an idea will pop into my head. I'm like, oh, wow, that would be a really good idea. And then, I'm just not in the position to write it down, or even if I did write it down. And then, like, even if I were to come back to that thing, I don't have, like, the same intensity or the idea. Like, everything isn't falling into place anymore. And it literally is just poof, gone.
Yeah, it gets away from you. V.E. Schwab mentioned that same thing, too. She was saying that she had the idea for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. She was working on something else, and this idea kept coming to her, but she was trying to finish something else and didn't have time for it. And I think she read that and she's like, okay, I cannot see someone else bring this story to life. I have to do it now. So
and look how
I love
amazing that book is.
Right. Yep.
That's so cool. So I have a book. It's like I don't know. It's called 109 Things to Say to Shatter the Male Ego.
Oh.
How to Piss Off Men.
Oh, I like this already. I like the cover too.
I just have a couple that I think are just so funny. And it's
dog-eared,
like,
oh God.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I don't have any change. Say this to a man who is catcalling you. Warning, please reread the disclaimer at the front of the book. So it basically says, like, do these things obviously while being safe. Like, don't do this with somebody who you feel like you can provoke them and they are going to be like, it's going to get you in a situation where you could get hurt. Right. This is all within good fun. But just doing that to somebody who's catcalling you, I loved it.
Hey, sorry, sir, no change.
I don't have any change. And that reminds me of the movie White Chicks, when they're getting off the plane and then the police officer, she's like, we've already donated to United Negro Fund. Like, can you imagine the look on somebody's face? Oh, it would make my day.
That's hilarious. That's like the women, those the TikTok videos of the women who like catcall
guys. Yes. One of my favorite pastimes. Oh, they sang this on Glee. Say this when a man is playing you a classic rock song, or probably any song that he likes. This does not have to be true. Odds are he won't know, and if he does, I'm almost certain he won't tell you. Oh, I saw that on Pinterest. Say this when a man talks about anything he's interested in or shows you one of his tattoos. This is a great way to do two things. One, drive a stake into the heart of his ambitions of originality. Two, get the words of the iconic stand-up comedian Ali Wong ringing in his head. If a man has a Pinterest, he's probably Pinterested in men. Oh.
That will make somebody's feelings get really hurt. Yeah. They think they're super original. Like, oh yeah, I saw that's on my Pinterest board.
So yeah, this book is just like really cracking me up.
That sounds like a fun read.
Yeah. It's really funny. Cool. So it's 109 Things to Shatter the Male Ego, How to Piss Off Men by Kyle Prue.
How'd you find that? Was that something you just saw and just thought it would be funny?
I think I saw this on Amazon.
Okay.
I think it was, Amazon knows my heart.
Okay.
So Amazon's like, you could use this.
That's so funny. I love that. The next one is, you actually gave this to me for a date night with the book. So it was a nice surprise. Hello, Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. And
did you like it?
It is heartwarming. It is funny. It is heartbreaking. I giggled. I cried. All the things.
Nice.
This was giving Kristen Hanna very much for me. I don't know if it would be quite up your alley. I think you would really need to be in the mood, like really need to be in the mood, but I love the cover. Can we just talk about the cover first of all? Yeah. So oddly enough, I didn't read the back of the book when you got, like...
You just started reading it?
That's not my style. I do, it's so weird with me because I know you jump right into most things. I'm doing that a little bit more often, but I can't even tell you how I decipher because some books I look at and I'm like, that looks interesting. Okay, let me see what it's about. And then some I'm just like, and I'll just crack it open and just start reading. And this was one of those where I just started reading. And I got probably, it was when they introduced another character that I felt like, let me see what this is about. And then I saw what it was about. And I was just very intrigued to keep reading. Okay, so how does this all happen within that? It's really good.
Because I saw a lot about the book, and people have said that it's a phenomenal book, just takes you through the ringer, and that it is deep, like kind of like a core type book. And I was like, ugh, I don't think this is gonna be my style. I'm pretty sure Maggie's gonna like it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
I'm
I
glad that
love
you
it.
enjoyed
Such
it.
a pretty cover too. I just love looking at the cover. But yeah.
Previously mentioned that I was starting to read the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart. And so I basically have read the first two books. So I read Flock and Exodus, and then I started The Finish Line. And I love the first two books. I loved. At first, I didn't think I was really going to like it.
You were zooming through them.
Zooming.
Like, I was impressed.
Yeah, I think I finished both books in like a matter of a week.
It was like Maggie's feet when you were really into something. Yeah.
I could not. I was obsessed. Like, I could not. I needed to know. Because at first, again, like I said, I did not think that I was going to enjoy this. Like, the first book, I really thought that I was just going to. I understand life is short, but I don't like to, like, DNF. I want to finish it through because you just never know. This was the first book where I was like, just stop. Just call it quits. So many people said that this book series is amazing. It really takes you through the ringer, but I was just like, there is literally nothing happening right now. Like, there's stuff happening, but not happening.
Yeah.
The last few pages of the first book blew my mind. And I couldn't believe it. Because I was like, this is the first book
because
I
you
was
weren't going to finish it.
Because I wasn't going to finish it. And I wrote it out. And I was like, oh my God. And that next book sopped it up like a buttery biscuit.
Really? Okay.
I could not. Now, this third one, The Finish Line, is taking me back to book one.
Okay.
And I'm
what
like,
a shame.
Ugh. The only reason why, obviously, audiobook. The first two books are pretty much narrated by the female main character. The third book is narrated by one of the male characters. And that, I guess, is throwing me for a loop.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, wait, why?
Right.
Why are we doing this? Because she was fine. Now, whether or not she's gonna come back in, I don't know, because I'm a moody reader and that shit turned me off. Because I wasn't expecting it, and I guess I just don't understand why we did that. We, as in, like, I had any choice in it.
Right.
But anyway, so basically, again, it's, just to reiterate, it's a why choose trope. So it's a little bit of a coming of age story. It's not YA.
Okay.
Definitely not YA. And it's this female character who kind of gets put in a situation where she has an estranged relationship with her father, and she basically discovers some things about herself through other people, through the lens of other people, and finds out that although she has grown and learned and matured a lot, she learned those things while being manipulated. And then she finds out some family secrets, and there's loss. And so in terms of like book 1 and 2, I'm gonna write it out. I'm sure book 3 is gonna be Chef's Kiss. I'm just gonna have to get over this change. It seems like a drastic change in writing style, and I think that's why it's kind of like.
Are they spaced far apart in terms of the writing and when they were released?
I didn't even look, to be honest with you, but it just from as consuming the content, it just really kind of messed with my mental.
Got it.
But there was moments where I laughed out loud. There were moments where I literally had tears running down my face because I was going through the ringer. And I think they, like, in terms of the writing, she did a phenomenal job of, like, book one really establishing a relationship. It felt very slow, but it's like you almost need it in order to have the connection that you have book two. So, yeah.
Is it a trilogy? Are there more? So this is the final book that you're reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's like some spin-offs, but in the Ravenhood series, there's 3 books. Oh, I wanted to mention, because before I was like, I don't really know a lot about the book. Now that I know a lot about the book, I will say, if anybody is a fan of Sons of Anarchy, you're going to love this book series.
Okay.
It's very much giving that kind of energy.
Okay.
Chef's kiss.
All right. Good to know.
So.
All right, cool. I haven't finished this book. I'm in the process of reading it. This was one of my friends of the library finds. So it's
God. The cover alone, I'm like, oh my God. You just find the books that you find at the library. I'm just like, girl.
Gems. May we all have a wonderful friend of the library section. So
that's good stuff.
8 Years of Lies by Lisa Hall. So I'm about halfway through this book. I will say I am enjoying it. It is, without doing any research, I will say it is probably the author's first book, just in terms of language and some grammar and just the phrasing of things. The storyline is good and it's interesting, but it feels like it's a first book.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I haven't written a book, like, everybody's got to start somewhere. But the preface is there's this woman and she's married, has a daughter, and she's on her way to work one day and she pulls up Facebook scrolling and she sees this random woman who posts kind of like an Amber Alert situation saying like, please help me find my husband and my daughter. And the post is a picture of her husband and her daughter. Excuse me. What? What is going on with this? So then they're kind of like, maybe it's just, and her and her husband have kind of been going through this rough patch recently, and like things are kind of shaky on the rocks. And then she sees this post, and then the next day her husband just disappears.
Currently reading On Sundays She Picked Flowers by Yaya Scholfield.
Okay.
It was just, again, another one of those. The cover is beautiful. I'll obviously put it somewhere around here, but I saw the cover and I was just like, this has got to be good, because this cover is just so beautiful.
Oh, that is not what I was expecting at all.
Doesn't it look so intriguing?
It looks very intriguing, but I was expecting bright floral.
No.
Like in a field picking flowers. So
no, it's one of those covers where if you stare at it, you'll probably notice a lot of little things that you didn't notice initially. So with that, I was like, okay, this book has got to be an onion. Don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Just picked it up, started doing my thing.
All right.
It's very different. I don't even know how to really describe it.
What genre is it?
So it's historical fiction and horror.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm actually listening to the audiobook and reading the book together. And and I don't typically do that. And I know there's a lot of people that do that. It's like immersive reading. And I think it's cool.
You're continuing, right?
What?
Like you might listen to a chapter on the way to work, and then when you get home, you start the next chapter physically reading it.
No. They're like immersive reading. They're people who will listen to the audiobook whilst they are reading at the simultaneously.
Oh.
Like at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I don't typically do that. I know that that's a whole lot of people's things.
Interesting.
So, especially now that there are more people who are not hating on audiobooks as much as they were, because they're realizing, like, not enough time in the day. Anyway, so this is my first time doing that. The reason why I'm doing that is because when I was listening to the audiobook, it took me a second. Like, the way that the narrator is reading, it almost sounds like they're reading poetry.
Okay.
Which threw me for a really big loop, considering this is like a 9-something hour audiobook. Okay, this is gonna be a minute if we're reading in that. It's like, you know how people read poetry is like, you know, sometimes people have the poetry readings
where they're like hitting the drums.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
And like you have those like pauses and like, but your sentences don't necessarily end with periods. Like it sometimes sounds like they're going on and on. But then you talk really fast because things are moving. And like, it's like that. And I was just like, oh, is this poetry? Like, is this a for colored girls type thing? But like in a book? So, okay, I could probably get with this. But I need to know.
Right.
Is this how the book is meant to be consumed? Or is this a narrator thing?
Okay.
Because if I see the book and I see that it's written like poetry, then I'm like, okay, now I can lock in. The book is written like a book.
Oh.
So I think it's the way the narrator is reading.
Okay.
Which is kind of messing me up. Because
so I guess I just stop listening and just read it.
But I don't want to, because it's going to take me forever to read the physical book. Like,
but if you hate the audio,
I don't know. Stop questioning the reason why I do what I do. Just let me live.
Just trying to provide a resolution, that's all.
That aside,
okay,
I would recommend probably no shade to the narrator, because I've never narrated a book. I don't know what is involved. I am just only saying that her cadence is very much like poetry.
Okay.
And it's fucking with my mental.
Okay.
Anyway, the book is about a woman, and there are trigger warnings in this book. Like, there is talks of self-harm, talks of physical, mental, verbal abuse, child loss, some kind of other kind of abuses. There's like a long laundry list of trigger warnings, and it is under the horror genre.
Okay.
But basically, as far as I am, there is a very unhealthy mother-daughter relationship.
Okay.
Like a loveless home with lots of physical, verbal abuse, and, you know, like this young woman is trying to come from underneath that weight of like this kind of abuse and all of that. And yeah, that's as far as I feel like I don't want to give any spoilers or anything like that.
Wow,
but
okay.
It's a very interesting book, and it is dark. But I'm not that deep into it, so like there could be some flowers. I don't know. There could be some sunshine. But where I am right now,
looking too good. Okay.
But it is a really beautiful book as far as I am.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's basically takes place in like, what do you call that era? Jim Crow?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know,
so
like segregation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if that gives you like an era.
Okay, that helps.
So yeah.
Cool. Anything on your TBR?
Yes. So on my TBR, I do have a book that I am looking forward to that's supposed to be coming out soon. It's coming out in July for audio. It's called Daggermouth by H.M. Wolfe. Now, there are plenty of people that I saw on TikTok is where I saw this recommendation.
Okay.
There are plenty of people who've already read the physical book because the physical book is out. We're not doing all that. As I just established. So I'll just read the back of the book description. Daggermouth is a dark dystopian romance by H.M. Wolfe set in the city of New Found Haven, where society is split into rigid class rings and ruled by masked elites who treat mercy as a weakness. The story centers on Shaddara Kale, a legendary assassin, and Grayson Cyril, the president's son and executioner, whose failed assassination attempt leads to a forced political marriage and a volatile enemies to lovers. So it's supposed to be really good stuff, and I'm looking forward to reading that.
All right.
Again, I'm waiting for the audiobook. So
what are the reviews saying? They're saying it's good?
Yeah, they're saying it's really good.
Awesome.
But that's not everybody's, like, dystopia is not everybody's cup of tea. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm really trying to just stick my toe in all the pools. So just trying to pick more random books. That's kind of how I fell on the, on Sunday she picked flowers. So just trying to find, like more Maggie style.
I like it. Listen, you've been getting into some historical fiction, and I dig it a lot.
I did not know anything about the genre or anything like that when I picked up this book. I literally just picked it up. So for tea time, I had to see what the genre was.
Right.
And as soon as I saw historical fiction, I was like,
I like it. But you like the book, though. That's good.
Yeah.
So I'm in between books right now. So I just started listening to one that it's giving Kirsten Moglen because it's very fast paced, and I like that a lot. So I'll probably save that for the next tea time. But I don't know what I want to read next because I'm still waiting on This Could Be Us. I still have 2 weeks left. Oh my gosh. It's taking so long.
Man.
So while I'm waiting for that, I don't want to get fully invested into something else. It's going to take too long. So I feel like Freida McFadden, and some of these authors might be controversial. Don't come for me because I don't care. I don't want to hear it. But I like Freida McFadden.
It's your bookshelf.
Exactly. I'm just for the people in the comments.
Yeah,
so I like Freida McFadden. I feel like she's always got like she's written a ton of books. Like something's going to be a winner. Who else? Colleen Hoover, people like that. So I have this, The Perfect Son by Freida McFadden. I'm waiting to listen to on audio. And I did read the synopsis on that one. And it's basically about a teenage girl who comes up missing. And police come to knock on this woman's door in the middle of the night. And essentially her teenage son is suspected of doing something to this girl.
Dang.
And kind of like, what is she going to do with that information now? So that's kind of the synopsis of the book. So I'm excited to listen to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's different, but you know. Yeah.
But those books are nice because they don't require you to be like super committed.
It's like a palate cleanser. I don't find myself getting super invested. It's probably not going to be, it's just going to be something to entertaining to fill up time. Yeah.
The kind of books I describe as like waiting room type books.
Exactly. So, yeah.
And in a non-shade way.
Yeah. So I'm finishing this one that I'm listening to now, which is really good. And then, I'll pick up that one. Let's see. Yeah.
All right. All right, besties. Well, let us know down below what's on your TBR and what are some books that you recommend that we check out. And we will see you in the next episode.